Good morning, y'all. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we do around here, hoping, not that I know everything, and oh my gosh, there's a tick on me. I far from know everything, but I have learned, both my husband and I have learned over the last 8 years, a lot of things mistakes that we made that we wish we would have known. And so if I can help y'all in a little way, maybe not make those mistakes if you're in the goat business or even just goats for fun. Goats are very easy susceptible to worms, and you can have a healthy goat and 24 hours later, sorry, look at the way I've been working, 24 hours later that goat could be dead. Parasites are terrible. So one of the things that I've learned and have been doing for the last 5 years, and we have noticed our worm load has gone down significantly. What I do is weekly major muck out of our pens, and daily I sweep out and clean out the pens. So that to me is one of the most important things you can do, because if you just, as you can see, and I'm going to turn this camera around a little bit, as you can see, our goats are everywhere. They're on my front porch. They are in the yard. They are in the barns. And to me, it's fine. I love having them this close to the house. As you can see, that's my interior door, or door into the interior of my house. And I love that they are so close and they feel so comfortable with us and so safe with us that they just go anywhere they want in a fenced area. So what I do is, like I said, it's important that I keep this area as clean as possible. And since we've been doing that over the last 5 years, we have had very little issues with worms. Now, I just cleaned this place out about an hour ago. As you can tell, they've been hanging out in here. I have fans going. We do lock our babies and mamas up at night in the pens, but I clean them out during the day and then have the fans dry everything out. But as you can see, they are very comfortable anywhere on this farm that they are allowed to go. One thing we also do, and I know a lot of y'all do this, if you have the space to have minimum of two separate fields that you can rotate monthly during the months of between March and October or November, depending where you live, we have found that also helps cutting back on the worm load and the issues that we have with barber pole worms and tapeworms. And also by fencing, this is our upper field. Right now it's closed off. It's been closed off since May 1st. On June 1st, we will rotate back to this field. But right now they are in the lower field, and they have access to about 3 acres each field to graze. And by rotating these fields every 30 days, the worms die off. And it just makes it a little easier. Yeah, sure, you're going to have some worms. You're going to have some parasites. But as long as you know what to look for, you will be fine. If you catch it immediately, you will be fine. One of the things I tell people that get goats from me that have never had goats before, that poop will be their best friend. And it's weird to say, but you get to be a poop connoisseur of what is good poop and what's bad poop. Little round Cocoa Puffs, as my grandsons call it, is good poop. Dark, black, round, little balls. Good poop for goats. Stuff that looks like dog poop, that is something you've got to watch, because once they move into that stage, there might be a reason for it. In the spring, you get that a lot with the new grass. When they go into a new pasture and they eat new grass and then the weeds, you will get that, and it does go away after they get used to that. But you also, if you see diarrhea, and it starts, to me, when I get nervous about it, is when it starts to look like runny mashed potatoes. And I'm sorry if I'm making y'all sick and not want to eat food again, but that's what I look for. If it turns into watery diarrhea, that goat's in trouble, and you need to get it some help right away. If your vet is close by and does fecals for you, they can tell you exactly what worms you're battling, and it'll help with the combat of them. There are another type of worms that's called a meningeal worm, which is a brain worm, and it comes from deer. So if you have deer that get into your pasture, you might have an issue with that. So that is something that presents, it's a neurological different aspect. It presents like polio, goat polio, head tilt, walking in circles, staring off into space, staring into the corner of a building or a pen. Once they're down, it's very hard to bring them back. The thing we use for meningeal worms, when we see those signs, we give them an injection of Cydectin, and we get that from our local vet. So I hope this helps you a little bit. Again, forgive the way I look, but I've been cleaning barns, and it's just important to me because I wish I would have had this information when I started. So I hope y'all have a good day. We've got babies leaving today, and so I've got to get in the shower because we have visitors coming. Thanks, y'all. Happy Saturday and happy Mother's Day to all of you. Bye-bye.